What's good, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl Natasha Nisha here on this one. So the morning I was doing some Bible reading, and I'm always curious as to like what makes people the way they are, like what makes people choose to be enemies of God. And I always never could understand it truly, truly. But then I come to realize that actually it is unbelief. It is unbelief. They don't believe. They don't believe. And it reminded me, or I'm now reminded of the story of when the Israelites walked through the wilderness, like not actually, but on the way through the wilderness, like when God took them out of Egypt. No, He parted the Red Sea for them, like all the things He did. He fed them manna. He was with them. He led them. The Bible says it's a cloud by day and a fire by night. But he fed them. He did everything for them. But they would still murmur, complain, and walk in unbelief. They didn't believe that he loved them and that he would protect them and basically just do what he said he would do. He would get them to safety. He would give them a home. He would get them like safe to the promised land. So they didn't believe, and the Bible tells us there that he killed off many of those with unbelief. And personally, I don't blame him. It's like you do everything for these people. You show them your love, and you just ask only the least of them, and they won't even give you that bit of respect or love back. But either way, so yeah, I'm still blown away by the fact that people don't believe, and that's what it's always been. That's what it is. And it's like, how can you not believe? It's clear in creation, all of creation testify. Where does it? You see the trees, you see the birds, you see the sun rising each morning, do you not? And how do you even have those eyes to see and ears even to hear me right now? All these testify that he is, and he is who he says he is. There is a creator, that's who he says he is. So how then do you think that these things are, like the world, the seasons are just coming to being and continually happening? Like, yeah, that's the first part. The second part is that the Bible tells us that we're called to have faith. What is faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence not seen. So yeah, so we're called to have faith even in the belief of him. And then if you're not having faith, like the first part of definition of faith, a substance of things hoped for. So that means you don't have faith, you also don't have hope. So that is crazy. But also, like with this part of faith, what I want to say here is that like we just need faith the size of a mustard seed. So it's not too much that is needed, that is expected and asked of us. So that is to have faith, believing something we can't see. But on the other side, there is creation that testifies, that is showing us. So why is it so hard to believe? So that is the second part. So basically, I also came to the conclusion that, so this unbelief that many are suffering with is that they don't believe that he is. Like, how can you not? So they don't believe that he is, that he came, that he says he is who he is, and that he comes again. He says he will come again. They don't believe that he comes again, and this time he comes to judge. He comes as a righteous judge to judge the living and the dead. So basically, all this unbelief is packaged in. They don't believe that he is, that he came, that he died, that he rose again, that he's alive today, seated at the right hand of the Father, that he is almighty, that he is creator. Yeah, it's just this unbelief is packed up with a lot of things. So finally I have here, so therefore, because they don't believe that he says he is who he is, they don't believe that he will come again. So there's no fear. And this is the fearless that people are walking out in the world today. You know that rebellious fearless that Beyonce speaks of, that Sasha Fierce fearless. That is because they don't believe that he comes again and this time to judge. So in order to give themselves out, to the consequences of this unbelief, they choose just to not believe and just, be blinded, thinking maybe that this will make them innocent. That's sad. That's playing a very game, a very tricky game there. That's playing a very tricky game and one in which you will lose. So there's that. So basically, there's no fear. And with there being no fear, that means there's no love. Because if you don't fear him, you can't love him, because to fear him you must have believed him, and then and to love him you must know him. So if you don't believe him, then you can't know him. So no fear is no love. Then further on, there's no truth, because he is truth. And also, there's no hope. They walk hopeless because, as we know, they're called to have faith. They're not having faith. They're not walking in faith. Faith is substance of things hoped for. So there's no hope because they have no hope. They're walking out here hopeless. It's substance of things hoped for, evidence not seen. Therefore, there's no hope. So this is how many are going about living their lives. And it's actually sad. But then again, it's a choice. And before I close up this message, I'm still going to add that from his side, there's mercy, there is grace, there is love, there is forgiveness. Yeah, there is a future and hope. So choose you this day whom you will serve. As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. And this in Jesus Christ's name. So yeah, it's sad that people are suffering with unbelief, and either way, they gotta be responsible. Not believing is not gonna make you immune or make you innocent. You cannot say that you you didn't know it to be. You didn't know that he is who he says he is. Those faithless ones and those who walk in unbelief, you're treading on a very dangerous path. You're treading on a very dangerous path. And I thank God again that He left His word with us, the Bible. It's alive. It's a living word. It's the bread of life. And it's so alive. That's another thing that bears witness. There's creation. All of creation testify of His presence, of His sovereignty, just there He is. And there's a creation that will stand and accuse and judge us. There's even our own bodies, our hearts, our conscience, that in the end will stand and judge us. There is His word that will stand and judge us. There is those that He's called His prophets and the men of God on the earth that will stand and judge for unbelief. So I'm going to leave this message here. Pray it blesses. And this is your girl, Session. Me finding my high voice, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.